Hey Jeremy, we just spoke, but I'm making this video to show you kind of what I would do, and if you ever referred me to anybody, this is what I would do for them too. So I'm just going to go over your website, your Google Business Profile, and Google Ads, and kind of what helps rank each one, and we'll go from there. So first off, I want to know which one of you is right here. I think it's great that you always have your team on the website. It's always good because then people can verify, hey, these are the people who come to work in my house. This is a pretty sweet little demo as well. But one thing I would really recommend for your website is more content. And the reason I say that is because Google loves to see content. You want to see 1,500 to 2,000 words on your home page. And throughout that content, you want to be found for buyer intent keywords. And what that means to me is a service and also a location. So like, are you looking for a landscape contractor in Layton, Utah? You know, that would be a buyer intent with the keyword or the location and service. The other thing you could do is if you save these images correctly in the alternate text. Oh, these are saved as backgrounds. Let me see this one. Yeah, so like instead of it saying this mumbo jumbo right here, that could be counted as buyer intent keyword content in the background because it's embedded behind the photo. So I do use a tool called Ahrefs. This is kind of how I do my keyword research as well. It's this is a third-party tool, and it gives me your analytics and kind of shows me where you're setting. The DR and UR is the strength and trust that Google has for your website. These are on a scale of 100, and you want those continuously moving up while also balanced. You're at a 0.1 rating, or 0.1 strength and 5 trust, and that's due to your backlinks and referring domains. And a backlink is when one website links to another website via a clickable button or text. But not all backlinks are created equal, so you do want to make sure that you are staying relevant to your industry and location whenever possible. It looks like you're being indexed for 72 words and getting around 12 people to your website each month. For you, I would highly recommend getting that up higher, and we'll look at some of the keywords, the ones that I would be going after as well. Obviously, this is some really quick research, but looking here, Elmwood landscape, there's 20 searches a month, and you're in the #1 position, so that's awesome. But that's about the only keyword where you're ranking on the first page. And if you've ever heard the joke, where's the best place to hide a dead body? On the second page of Google. The rest of these could be irrelevant, essentially, being on your website because they're on the second or third page, or more. But like concrete landscaping Utah, I didn't know that was such a big word, but there's 100 searches a month. And yeah, there might be some that are down in, St. George or Moab or Cedar City or something like that. But at the same time, I know most of the population is up in northern Utah by us. And especially for a concrete job, it might be worth driving down somewhere for that. So, but that's a great one because it does have a service and a location attached to it. I was looking at Layton earlier, landscaping Layton. It's a higher one to rank for, but there's 30 searches, whereas, where was it? Layton. Here, there's only 20 searches and it's a 0 KD. So this one's easier to rank for. So, you might want to rank for that one first and then start going after the one with the higher volume, but higher KD later. So that's just kind of the difference of, landscaping in Utah. You're the 47th position here. Lawn care, I don't think you do lawn care per se. Maybe you do. But yeah, so like those are the types of keywords that I would recommend going after because those are the ones that are the easiest to rank for. With the low KD, which is keyword difficulty, and then the highest volume. So I did just do a quick search of landscaping Layton. I didn't realize that garden designers could be a Google guaranteed, but 99% sure landscapers can be. So this could be a way that you're the very top and you're guaranteed. The guarantee means that you're licensed and insured, and the guaranteed for you means that if someone clicks on this ad and like if I clicked on it and I'm like, hey, can I sell you my services? They could dispute the lead and say it's not a real lead, and then you get your money back for it. You are pretty aware for the Google ads right here. The one thing, like Layton landscaping, like yeah, you see landscaping and landscaping here, but you don't necessarily have the location. So like it's always good to say like, Davis County or northern Utah, or at least something to know that, hey, this is where I work. That's the best way to get a good click-through rate. And then after that, the landing page experience, you should have like a click to call up here, form submit, what you do, where you do it, and then any promotion options. And then the background image should be something to do with whatever they're searching. So if it's for landscaping, show a beautiful yard. If it's a retaining wall, show a retaining wall. And that kind of helps with a good conversion rate on the landing page. And then the Google Business Profile. This is one thing where each of your websites can also have a Google Business Profile. And just FYI, that's just kind of a good thing to have with them so that you have a website and a GBP. But it looks like, and I can't remember, it said South Weber, so it might not be looking up in Layton. But with that being said, the way to rank in the Google Business Profile is to, first off, make sure your name, address, and phone number are the exact same all across the internet so you don't mislead Google. Getting reviews is a great way to do it too, because that's one thing like an agency like me cannot actually do for you, unless you give me access to your client list and then I can email them, in which case that's a different conversation altogether. I do have a great way to get really good reviews from people, so I'll tell you that when we meet. And then putting your name, address, and phone number into things like Yellow Pages and Yelp is beneficial because Google's like a big popularity contest, and by giving out your information to as many people as possible, Google will start to trust you more, and that's not just in your local area, but in the surrounding areas. And between ads and the GBP, about 70% stop right here, and so the rest go down into the organic sections. And so I just looked up Layton, Utah. I hate how this always is not lined up, so anyway, that's just a little pet peeve of mine. But as you can see, they don't really have too much content on their website either, so when you start to have more content with better buyer intent keywords, those authoritative backlinks and citations, you can start to outrank these guys. And to kind of give you an example, this is just landscaping. I didn't look up xeriscaping, I didn't look up anything else, but as you can see right here, there's about 100 searches for all these 7 keywords right here that just have to do with landscaping. So out of those 100, when you start to outrank your competitors, a percentage of these total volumes will start to go to your website instead of a competitor's. And then people going to your website will give you a call, and depending on your closing rate, will turn into a customer. I did want to add one thing. Let me just open it up. So it does say they're roughly the same cost per click, which, I mean, this is a third party, so it's not 100% accurate, but it was very similar to what your cost per click was for landscaping as well. So maybe they've adjusted it or something, I don't know, but I mean, heck, just dumpster rental Layton, there's 50 searches a month. So if you're in front of that, you could, be getting anywhere from 2 to 3 new clients just from that one keyword on your website. So anyways, I hope that this shows that I'm not just any other digital marketer. I do go after the low-hanging fruit first, and then I go after the harder stuff later so that you can get stuff right away. Anyways, look forward to talking to you. Sorry this one's a little bit longer than normal, but we'll talk soon.